Okay, guys, so here we are for the last part of Stalin. Stalin Rise to Power, so make sure you have your handout, whatever you need to write, and make sure you're in a condition that you're ready to learn. Okay? So this is the final chapter for Stalin. Stalin Rise to Power. Remember, this happens. What year is that? 1924 to 1928. This is the time period that we're looking at. 1920 is when he finally rises to power. Okay? So we were here. We talked about the non-disclosure of Lenin's testament. Okay, who is Lenin? Lenin is the leader of the Communist Party before Stalin. We talked about Trotsky's unpopularity. So why is Trotsky important? Remember, he's the main competitor. Okay, and finally, now we are looking at Stalin himself. All right. So there are three reasons for why Stalin came to power. Okay, three sub reasons. So how we want to phrase them is political manipulations. Sometimes it can be his political skill, his political savvy. Okay, all refers to how Stalin was able to manipulate the situation. Okay, so let's have a look. There are 3 points. We will go through these 3 points today. Okay, so fun fact, okay, Stalin is only 5'4", which translates to about 160 cm, okay, maybe a little bit more than that. So later you'll see that because it's so short, you'll see that propaganda shots of Stalin never have him in his full body because it makes him look short. It's always half, or he's in the foreground, things like that, okay. So let's have a look. The first example that we're going to look at is that Stalin was associated himself closely with Lenin. Now, why does he do this? Okay, remember Lenin is the top dog, right? He's the leader of the Communist Party. Okay, in fact, he's the leader of the revolution. He's well loved by all the people. So if I associate myself with him, it suggests that I'm close to him. It also suggests that I'm borrowing some of his shine. Okay, so when Lenin died, Stalin was the one who organized it. Okay, so if you look at the facts, look at this. He says, okay, put it in the mausoleum in the Red Square in Moscow. Moscow is the capital. If you go, you can still see it today. Okay, he gave the final speech. Final means he's more important, right? Appeared to the chief mourner, so he's the saddest. He's in charge. Okay, so all these things create this impression that Stalin is already in charge. Okay, he is as if he is the chosen one. Okay, do not write chosen one in your essays. I'm writing this so that it is easy for you to understand. Okay. Furthermore, he gave Trotsky the wrong date. What is this? This is again, he's manipulating Trotsky. Okay. So what is the keyword here? Okay, because he did all these things, Stalin appears to be the natural successor, which leads to much respect and support from the Soviet Union. Okay, so I say again, let's look at the previous slide. Okay, all these things, 1, 2, 3. Okay, all these are actions to make him seem as if he is the natural successor. And that is how he gets support from the Soviet public because they believe that, oh, this must be the one who Lenin chose. Okay, so in contrast to that, because Trotsky didn't go, it made him seem like he was disrespectful, like he was not part of the proceedings. Okay, so here we see that it is not just Stalin's influence increasing, it is Trotsky's influence decreasing. Okay, so this is an important example, you must know it. Okay, so that is how he got more popular support, right? Then we were talking about support, we were talking about the support from the people, but now we are talking about within the Communist Party. Okay. And here we have this thing where Stalin is called the Secretary General. Secretary General is not a secretary, okay? He's like, shall we say, the organizer, okay, the main organizer, something like that, okay? And specifically for the Communist Party, okay, Stalin has the authority to appoint and reassign party members. So basically, I can say you are no longer the chairperson, you are now the treasurer, you are no longer the science rep, you are now the art rep. Okay, I can change positions. Okay, now logically, this should be used to put the right people in the right place. But what is Stalin doing? Stalin is basically saying, hey, you are person A is pro-Trotsky. I'm going to remove him from his position of influence. And who am I going to put him in? He's going to put somebody who supports him. Okay. So in this way, what is happening? Look at that. A large majority of the Soviet leadership, okay, becomes indebted. That means they owe Stalin something or they support Stalin's rule. Okay. So the composition of the Communist Party, more and more of the Communist Party starts to lean towards Stalin because he is the one who put them in positions of power. Okay. So it is a use of his role as Secretary General. Remember, this is important because why? This is related to the non-disclosure of Lenin's testament, right? What did Lenin's testament say? It said, no, Stalin, remove him from being the Secretary General. But this is what is the result, all right? So look at this. Look at this propaganda poster. This photograph may have been faked. This is Lenin, and this is of course Stalin. Okay. We don't know whether this photo is real or not, but of course this is what Stalin wants people to believe. Okay. Yeah, BFF. Okay. So how else did he gain control of the Communist Party? Remember, Trotsky is very popular, right? He's the main competitor. Okay. And so what does he do? Now, Stalin doesn't just kick Trotsky out. It's a bit more cunning first. There are incremental steps. Okay. So first I remove him as the head of the army. Then I remove him. So this is one. Then I remove him from the party. So I can't just kick him out straight away. People will be upset. So I take increasingly larger steps. Okay. So if I remove Trotsky, then there is no more threat. Okay. Cleared Stalin's path to the top. So finally, there's the assassination, but this is not tremendously important. Okay, fine, it is important, but it's not important in terms of how Stalin got control. The point is that Stalin managed to eliminate his chief rival. All right. So basically, when I say that, how did he do this? Stalin cemented his control. That is to say, cement has this idea of becoming harder. Okay, when everything hardens, it becomes concrete, right? That now the Communist Party is firmly in Stalin's grip, okay, and it is loyal to Stalin, okay. And if everybody in influence is loyal to me, naturally I am going to continue to be the leader of the Communist Party, and therefore I will maintain control of the Soviet Union, okay. Finally, we come to the last point now. Within the Communist Party, we see that at first everybody liked Lenin. Then after that, after Lenin passed away, we have Stalin, we have Trotsky, we have two camps. But they are not the only two camps, okay? They are the moderates and the radicals. What are these? Please go and read the textbook. It's inside there. Basically, the idea is like moderates are those people who believe in, shall we say, traditional communism, where the radicals are more hardcore, okay? The point is that there are two different types of communism being pushed, okay? And obviously, as with two opposing ideas, both sides will want to gain an advantage over the other. So what does Stalin do? Okay, for example, if the moderates seem to have greater influence at the time, then Stalin will align himself with them. Then he will use that to get rid of the radicals. And when the tables turn, what does he do? He then uses the radicals to get rid of the moderates. Okay, so he switches sides. Okay, and that is where we come to by 1929. No more rivals. Okay, no more. The whole government is pro-Stalin. Okay, and now he is the sole control, which means that the next chapter we're going to look at is Stalin's rule. Okay, how his rule affects the Soviet Union. Okay, and that is going to be that is only possible when Stalin is in sole control. If you think about it, this chapter is actually very, very similar to Hitler. Okay, so I would need you all to think about what's the most important reason. This is what we will go through together in class. Okay, all right, very good. Please drink more water. Okay, see you.